Hello everyone, this is Lock OS, and welcome back to the UH-1 Huey. Today we're going to be doing carrier or not even carrier ops necessarily, but naval ops in the Huey. As you can see, this is actually where I left off during my takeoff, flight, and landing tutorial. And we're going to be going ahead and taking off from here at Saipan International, and we're going to go over to the Oliver Hazard Perry frigate that I have sailing off the coast here, and we're going to go over how to land on ships in DCS. The good news is with the helicopter, you can land on more than just carriers. Obviously, you can land on the Nimitz class carrier, but more often than not, you'll probably just be fine landing on a frigate or a destroyer or some other ship that has a helipad. That being said, I might make a separate video on helicopter landings and takeoffs from carriers. Obviously, you don't need the arrestor gear on a carrier, but there are other things to be aware of, such as making sure you're flying in the right pattern so you're not blocking aircraft doing the very difficult job of carrier landings. So I'll have to do a little bit of research on how you actually operate from a carrier deck. But today we're going to go over landing on a ship. Now, in my previous video, when I go over covering how to actually navigate, you'll definitely want to get in contact with the ship's ATC, and that is on the VHF beacon here, which I believe is number 1. So we'll go ahead here. And I know the ship is up ahead, but we'll phone in to the Oliver Hazard Perry.
010, inbound.
Alright. And that basically gives us navigational aid to get to the ship if it's a little bit further out in the ocean or we don't see it quite yet. Let's make sure that way you can phone in and navigate to your ship, because that's the first part of landing, is navigating to your destination. And ships move. And not only that, they're kind of tiny and out in the middle of nowhere. So making sure you know where that is kind of important. What's also important is that most ships have their landing pads situated to the rear, especially if it's a combat ship like a frigate. So you'll want to try to approach the ship when you're in visual sight of it. Try to aim for at a point behind the ship. So as you can see, we're coming in behind the Oliver Hazard Perry, and you want to be, and even more so than your airfield landings, because you are landing in a very tight spot. You'll want to start lowering your collective and out. You want to start lowering your collective to get your speed down. Pull it back on the stick. Getting your speed down, getting your getting your altitude down, while not getting into VRS state. Again, try to slow down. Try to keep the Huey nice and slow, and make sure you're making use of a trimmer if you got it. And you do have it, so you want to make use of it. Nope, not that.
010, request landing.
Come in nice and slow. Now, the good news is that the ship will be moving usually, so you don't have to come in. You don't have to completely arrest your speed, but you'll still want to come in fairly slow. All right, there we are. There's the back of the Oliver Hazard Perry. You don't want to fall. Now you want to try to keep our vertical velocity near 0, because we are just going to come in right over the landing pad. All right, we're a little bit left. We'll pull back on the stick. There we go. Add a little more power. Come back on the stick. Now we want to try to aim for the Huey so that our cockpit is quite a bit on the deck. We don't want to be too far forward on here, because if we're too far forward, we will smash our rotor blades into the back of the hangar deck. So we kind of basically want to try to get our Huey's nose towards that center pattern right there. So we'll lift up, lift up, lift up. A little bit right. Slow, slow, slow. And we should be good. We should have enough of the mass of the Huey on the deck. Pull back so we don't slam into that. And power down, and we're good to go. And our canopy bubble is probably touching that. I doubt we would probably bounce it off in real life. Let's go to external view and see. Make it a little loud. So, let's see here. Go to options. We'll turn on the audio so I don't blow all your eardrums with the Huey in external view. Oh, nope. We landed just fine. So, as you can see, we have plenty of space around our Huey to, we didn't slam the rotor blades into the back of the hangar. We didn't slam our tail rotor onto this little bit of fencing on the back end here. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, you don't need to get exactly on the target. There is a decent bit of play on the landing area here to land. Just don't get too crazy with it. Don't get too aggressive with your landing. Come in nice, slow, and smooth, and approach from the rear of the ship, and you'll just be fine. So, this is my very quick and simple, quote-unquote, simple landing tutorial on a carrier. This is definitely you're definitely gonna need to practice your your land-borne landings to land on the ship like this. Just to give you a matter of time, get good with practicing nice, easy, slow, and vertical landings on land, and then you'll be able to then move up to landing on ships. Oh, by the way, I should probably mention takeoffs from ships. Relatively simple. You want to make sure you're definitely have your left anti-cyclic back and to the left for as you would take off vertically as normal. But you want to make sure you want to doubly make sure that you have a little bit more further back into the left than normal, because you don't want to take off straight into the rear of the aircraft hangar right there. So you want to be back by quite a bit. Add power, add power. There you go. You want to lift off vertically and kind of lift off into the rear. So you definitely want to have your right cyclic there. And we're picking up, and we're heading off with our officers and our naval officers who are probably going to hook up with their land-based brethren somewhere else. So this has been Loco S, signing out here from the DCS UH-1 Huey for landing on a carrier. And I forget which video I have next up planned, but it'll probably be more basic operation of the Huey. I do believe I might want to cover radios next, and then we'll get into the fun weapons employment after that. So, until next time, this is Loco S, signing out.